Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of Stellaris, which we're playing as the Plantoid species, the Ganavious Empire. We're playing this in Ironman mode, so the actual saves will of course be non-recoverable. Alright, so my name is Sonelias, and hopefully you'll enjoy today's session. Let's see where we are at the moment. So we're still in our war with the Vivizandi, as you can see. The Vivizandi are located down here, I thought. Did I just lose track of them? So Vivizandi is here to the west. So our current fleet disposition is, we've got a fleet located, let's just zoom out, we got one down there, another one up here, another one over there. Now the reason we got this particular fleet here is because these guys are allied with another species, which is the Galactic Area Directorate. Since they're allied with them, that of course means that their allies will also attack me. So I need to have some forces on this side of the galaxy to actually deal with them. I've got transport fleets at various different locations. I've got a transport fleet here in this system here, which is, I thought it was a shared system. So if we look at that particular planet, that is one of the Vivizandi planets which we have already invaded. I've got various other planets already en route, I believe. What is this? Our first clone army. I have actually started putting my clone armies together. So I'm actually merging those various different fleet components here, as you can see. And many, which is where we basically got some armies on planet at the moment. Right, where is going to be our next attack? So this fleet here, I need to split off some of the units in there to create enough counter force there if they were to counterattack. So I need to have a reserve in this system here. Let's put some various different ship types in there. So what kind of military power are we talking about here? Four battleships. Let's put a few more battleships in there. I got 27, so let's put 8 in there in total. Perfect. Perfect. So this fleet here is now ready to actually start moving in response to all of this. So let's have a look at this particular fleet that we noticed here. I'm going to engage them as quickly as I can. Now the system that I've got, sorry, the system where I'm in at the moment here, this system, has currently not got any jump gate or anything of that sort. So I'm actually going to move a construction ship in there to actually get that going. So let's get the clock running in the meantime. By the way, this is episode 69. So we're pretty far along already. So if I look at my other fleets, the newly created fleet here, just going to place that in orbit of this particular planet here. And this particular transport fleet, sorry, the transport fleet that I was just looking at.
Under attack.
This one here. I will want to move to one of my other systems here until such time I'm actually ready to move them away. Right, they are attacking one of my stations, or at least one of my allies here, it looks like.
Construction ship under attack.
There's various different fleet components here. One of my allies, my vassals fleets here, is doing their own little bit of action.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
So our fleet is due to start engaging. Ooh, interesting. They actually send a fleet of this power 10,000 in here. Whilst the fleet that we actually left in orbit here is got a total strength of 10 or 18,000.
Hostile fleet engaged.
So it should be a relatively quick engagement here. So as you can see, we're already basically inflicting damage on them. Their fleet strength that started in 10,000 has now dropped. Now we did just lose one of our cruisers there. We're actually also losing some strength on our battleships, it looks like.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation
Their fleet has been
updated.
obliterated here. Alright, let's put that in orbit of that planet again. Another fleet action has started here. transport ship here. Let's have a look at this particular fleet that we got in orbit of this planet here. If I were to move that transport fleet into the same orbit, actually land the troops there straight away. Hold on, that's on the other side of the galaxy, so let's not do that. Let's keep it where it is at the moment. Let's actually send it into orbit there. And this fleet here, I'm actually going to send into orbit as well. Now, I do have some research ships which are already busy with various different tasks, and I'll actually send a construction ship into this particular system here to make sure that they can actually do pretty rapid transport from and to this system here. Alright, let's see what's happening further on in the system here.
Hostile fleet engaged.
So they've just actually launched a ship that's just about to leave the system. Another wormhole's being generated here. It looks like that's one of theirs. They got a single ship coming in. If I were them, I would basically retreat with that particular one, but... Hold on. No, no, no. We're not going to retreat. This ship here should stay over there in that system where we have just sent our fleet to.
Let's
do that again.
Complete.
So post-combat results, single ships destroyed and so forth. As you'll see, the transport fleet is inbound here, but I did already have this other transport fleet in orbit of this planet here. And actually I might just as well land those armies here to just take that planet into my ownership. The only problem I will have at that point is whatever fleets were still on their way here. Actually, they've already arrived here, so that argument actually is no longer valid. I was going to say that whatever fleets are on their way here will actually no longer have a particular direction to go in. Alright, I'm going to use 283 as being the main fleet to join up with. Hold on. No. Okay, whatever. They are all supposed to be merging here with this one here. Enter orbit. These two should be merging. This one and that one should be merging. Yes. These two should be merging. It's a bit of an admin job, this joining up all those fleets components here. But once it's all done, should be significantly easier than it was before. Good. This fleet is now also ready to land their units on the planet. Let's actually have a look at what goes on the planet.
Planetary invasion failed.
Ooh, interesting.
Enemy planet secured.
So I actually took place on that planet. We're still bombarding them. They actually got additional units there? I'm not sure. Let's verify what I actually got in terms of recruitment here. Psionic armies? We can't do the clone armies, unfortunately. I'm not sure why. Ah, so we don't have the cloning vets. Let's make sure we get extra recruits on all the planets. So which one is the strongest one? This one here. The Neo Vivizandi. So what's happening on the planet? We actually took over the planet already, so that's good. One invasion failed and one succeeded.
Survey complete.
So again, what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to split off a number of different units. I'm going to make that 8 battleships and leave the rest here for us to basically move into one of their next systems with. And I'm going to repeat that same process here, I think. So we've got 2 occupied planets here. Let's have a look at where this fleet here is. What it's doing here. It's in this system here. What is in this system here? Okay, we already have another fleet in this system. So that's that smaller fleet there that's guarding that planet. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this one down into, let's say, this system here. Should be a good target to go for. So have a look at our actual research targets at the moment. 6 months away from getting the energy credit one here. And despite all of our fleets being out of our own territory and no longer being in orbit of our own planets, we're actually getting positive results in terms of energy consumption, which is good. Previous battles we always had negative results from there. I think one of the things I should really do as well is I should probably also start building some additional fleet units. I need to replenish those ships that I've actually lost. Ooh. One of their fleets is engaging again. The 1,000 scientists that we sent to Delphine number 2 have finally completed the arduous task of bringing their local civilization. So we've just uplifted a species here. Great.
Situation log updated.
Let's talk to them.
Situation log updated.
They are one of my protectorates, it looks like. They look ugly, don't they? They're mammalians. Let's give them wormhole access to our wormholes, which they should appreciate. And let's see how that goes. In the meantime, let's have a look at what goes on here. A rather big fleet of theirs is in one of my systems here.
Hostile fleet engaged. Hostile fleet engaged.
Interesting. They sent another one of their fleets in system here.
Ship under attack. Station under attack. Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
So we're engaging in combat over here.
Situation log updated. Station under attack.
Some of their fleets are actually engaged in combat with our systems here, it looks like. Well, that would be an interesting one. Let's go after these. I know they're a little bit of a way from where we are, but
research complete.
Still, wow.
Hostile fleet
that would be a nice kill to get.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
Cool, let's embark all of these as well. It looks like I will actually need them to be able to invade this planet here. So all of these fleet units here should be engaged in joining up with the main fleet here. Just finish our research. Ooh, interesting one as well. Additional shield hit points. Now we did send that fleet through. Are we ready? Or not? I'm not sure.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
Cool. And they are jumping out
Hostile
again.
fleet engaged.
I would really, really like to get one of
Situation
those
log updated.
construction ships in here to build myself at least one, if not multiple, wormhole stations here. We lost one cruiser, one battleship, and they lost a whole raft of ships, it looks like. Okay, let's dismiss this one and this one here. Again, we lost one battleship there. It's fine.
System survey complete.
Let's follow these guys. Look at where they're going. Where are we going? Looks like we're just jumping from system to system at the moment.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Cool.
Situation log updated.
Look at that.
Situation
Is that
log
some combat or
updated.
what?
Situation log updated.
What did we destroy? Look at that. 24 corvettes, one battleship, etc., etc. We lost 2 destroyers, unfortunately, but yeah. Ooh, Vivisandi. They probably see that the other guys are at war, so that's... Yep. The consequence of that. So this fleet here at the moment is ready to actually enter into orbit of this system here. Interesting. Look at these guys here. They are at war with the whole raft of people. They are the overlord of another species. Okay, can't talk to them about the war, it looks like. In terms of the outcome of the war thus far, it all looks in our favor. Looks to be in our favor. Right, let's in the meantime invade this planet here. I think that's long overdue. So look at the actual combat taking place on the planet.
Enemy planet secured.
Cool. The Gandivan Empire tries to let spiritual concerns stand in the way of our exploration. Tries not to let the exploration and examination of the mundane. But we know how to pay proper heed to metaphysical insight and tradition in the course of all actions. Scientists from Commonwealth of Pavach appear to be a bit more careless in their pursuit of new astronomical discoveries. After taking an interest in some of the nearby stars that form constellations crucial to Gandivan mythology, Vagabond have been accused of trying to disprove some of the legends surrounding them. While we're confident that the spiritual significance of the constellations can hardly be touched by worldly discoveries, many have objected to the research and tried to persuade her to leave Gandivan space. Suspicion of ill intent is reason enough to bar them from our space. Is that the one we want to go for? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, Babag. Okay, cool. Alright, so we've got our fleet in orbit here. And what I will actually do, I will leave a small contingent here of maybe 4 battleships in orbit. So it's not as massive a contingent as we had in the other systems. But still, it should for the moment suffice. And then of course our main transport fleet here, we want to send them after. Where have we got our new system that we basically have invaded? It's this system here, isn't it? So we want to move them into this orbit here. So again, we're going to reinforce that fleet there with those new units. Alright, they're all due to merge, which is good. Let's speed up that game again. Let's have a look at where this fleet here is. How big it... Well, that should maybe suffice in terms of numbers. Let's attack them as well. So we're supporting our purebloods there.
Science ship under attack.
Under attack by what? An alien ship. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on looking at this actual invasion here. Seems to be going in our favor at the moment still. The only problem I got with this now, that will lead to these ships here being idle.
Hostile fleet engaged. Hostile fleet engaged.
So we're going to need to make sure that they're all merging in the correct direction, moving in the correct direction as well.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log.
Looks like we're winning this. And we have won. Cool.
Situation log updated.
Who did just die? One of our scientists has died with the soaring leaf. Alright, one of our ships was killed, basically, is what they're saying. Let's build ourselves a new construction ship here.
Hostile fleet engaged.
So we got new ships coming online slowly. Alright. That should do for the moment being. One of our fleets here is engaged. Let's have a look at our civilian ships. We do need to have a construction ship construct a wormhole generator here, or at least a wormhole here. Let's actually invade this planet here as well. We got sufficient armies on hand for that. All of our armies were landing, and they just are obliterating the local fleets.
Enemy planet secure.
Too
Construction
difficult control of
complete.
that planet now. In terms of this army, let's just break off a couple of these ships here. Put a number of these battleships into there. I think previously I did 8, so I'm going to put that same number into a group on here. Alright, that should do the trick. This fleet here will move on to the next system here, where we can subsequently invade the next planet. Alright, looks like I will also need to get my hands on some additional construction ships. did just lose a scientist. That of course means I need to replace them at some point. A pitiful nation is living on borrowed time. The Ganvius Empire will fall. It is inevitable. Well, I don't think it is inevitable. I think I will actually ultimately rule this galaxy here. Look at the amount of space we're already taking up. If you think you can defeat me as being such a small little nation here, you got a thing coming. Alright. I think we need to really call it a day now. So we've reached a good point in time to call it a day. So I'd just like to say thanks again for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did like it, then please use the like buttons down below. Leave some comments down below if you want to give some feedback. But I will see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.